I always do this, that I actually hate doing makeup.
Do you?
I hate it.
Oh, I've messed it up. It looks so good and then I messed it up.
I feel like everyone kind of does drag to an extent.
I don't really have a drag character. Depends on how you look and it brings something out. You sort of see yourself in the mirror and you have that moment of change.
If it isn't perfect the first try, I get really frustrated. So yeah, I think that's quite a toxic way of thinking though.
I don't really like drawing on top of white paper. I like the drawing to emerge from the pattern and the colour of the jelly print. A jelly print is like a jelly plate, and you put acrylic paint on it with a roller. You can print with various things, whether it be stencils, or you could do it with leaves and flowers, or underwear that I can't wear anymore. But I love drawing on top of surfaces. The actual print that you get of it is all the texture. My art journey, I suppose I started off looking at making puppets. I was really interested in the way that you could get away with things with a puppet that you couldn't get away with in real life. The kind of characters like Punch and Judy, and some of it was quite political and poking fun at authority. And I think drag queens are a bit like that really, in their acts. They can be outrageous. So I've always been interested in colourful characters, and I think the drag thing's an extension of that. The Violet Blonde, who I now know is Laurie, came over as a really warm, funny person, and she really responded well to my artwork. I love her look as well. She's really beautiful.
I was getting my makeup done in a shop by somebody who already did drag, and they called me Violet Blonde. At the time, I didn't do drag, so when I was given a name, it was really good, and I was sort of welcomed into a drag family. Having queer elders or siblings that can sort of guide you on your way can really make sure that you don't get yourself into bad situations.
Her acts are really funny, but there's also layers to them.
Did you know that 80% of gender diverse people are lonely?
You know, she talks about issues for trans people, such as loneliness.
I blame the other 20%. Where are they? What are they doing? Are they getting gender-affirming haircuts under the supervision of a general practitioner? Who could say?
I really like this picture. She's kind of like some kind of Hollywood starlet, very glamorous. It was just as she'd finished her makeup. I could tell she felt really beautiful. The hues of pinks really suit that kind of glow-up thing. And I think it also reflects her lovely warm character as well.
Getting into drag just amplifies.
Oh, I've messed it up. It looks so good and then I messed it up.
I don't really have a drag character. For some people they do. Depends on how you look and it brings something out. You sort of see yourself in the mirror and you have that moment of change. Dressed up as different things and it's brought out different things in me. And I like clowning.
As a trans person, I have massive amounts of disposable income, and I've not spared a penny on this show. I've got smoke machines!
So this is Johnny Humes. Yeah, I really enjoyed drawing him, it was fun. Because he was kind of quite masculine, but in a sexy cabaret sort of way. And obviously camp with the dressing up and everything, it was quite androgynous, so I found it quite very interesting to draw.
I remember the first time I put makeup on, my friend Emily had come round and she was sleeping over at mine, and she had a makeup bag with her. I think I must have been like 10 or 11, and I was just kind of rooting through her makeup bag, and she had this eyeliner, so I put a bit of eyeliner on. And I was looking at myself in the mirror for ages, like, oh my god, that looks really good. Just like absolutely loving it. And then I washed it all off, came out of the bathroom, and my mum went, have you got makeup on? I was like, no. Went and washed my face another like 5 times. And it was in that moment she knew that something else was afoot. Yeah. But honestly, me looking at myself with that eyeliner on, I was like, God, I look great. And it was probably like smudged everywhere. It probably looked horrible. It felt right, do you know what I mean? And here I am wearing eyeliner today. But like I said, I didn't really find me queer self until I was 24. But I do have a little bit of not jealousy, but I do I love that kids today can be themselves from birth in the right family, do you know what I mean? I always do this, that I actually hate doing makeup.
Do you?
I hate it.
Oh, I thought you'd love it. You like the look you get after.
I like being in the look. I like having the look done and kind of mincing about. But the actual process of it I find really stressful. Because I'm not, like I said before, I'm not a makeup artist. I can just do a bit to get by. If it doesn't go perfect, and this goes for everything that I do, if it isn't perfect the first try, I get really, like, frustrated, because it's like I've wasted the time, and I've got to do it all again. So yeah, I think that's quite a toxic way of thinking, though. I don't ever shave my legs, or I don't ever take hair off, to be more feminine, if that's a thing for people. Because I think that the play on gender is more fun than like trying to like reimagine my body or my visual aesthetic as being a woman, or what, like deconstructing what a woman is. That part for me is not. Yeah. I don't have any interest in doing that in what I do. I love when other people do it, and like other queens who kind of talk or just deconstruct and construct the meaning of a woman. But mine is, I prefer just playing with the whole thing, the whole spectrum of gender.
He's an amazing artist. He's so meticulous and does these beautiful oil paintings that are so lovely. Yeah, all his acts and his artwork are based on sort of historical queer characters.
Fanny and Stella, Victorian cross-dressers, lodged at a site, 1868 to 1870. This is Stella, this is Fanny. Yeah. So her brother was arrested for sodomy. He was sent away by his dad, who was like a really high up judge. He was sent away to Scotland. So I just wanted to put this as like, I wanted to put H on it. So it's like a reminder of a brother who she lost touch with because he got exiled, shall we say.
I think having something vintage or something old-fashioned to kind of get your head around when you're drawing is quite interesting as well. It gives you something, a style. You can see on this one he's kind of half ready, but I really like him having the tattoos and the muscles, even though he's got this very glamorous makeup and hair. And I think it works really well on the jelly prints as well. Again, this one's got a corset in the background. I've printed with a corset. I sort of tried to print with underwear and corsetry, and so I thought it'd be nice to draw on top of it, and it's kind of a bronze colour, so it's quite nice for this theme. I met Angel and she was just really friendly and really positive. She has some really interesting things to say, particularly about how she feels when she's wearing drag.
I feel like everyone kind of does drag to an extent. You go to work, you put on your work uniform. That's not you, is it? You're just putting on something, kind of a costume to fit in or stand out. You know, none of it's real. 'Cause at the end of the day, like, you'll come home and put a tracksuit bottoms on and just like lounge around. Like, I'd say that's more the real side of a person than yes.
Would you be able to perform out of drag?
Oh, absolutely not. I could not. Like, I'm a little bit I wouldn't say awkward. I'm a little bit. I'd say I'm a little bit more quieter out of drag.
You put on your kind of war paint, if you like, and then so does that transform you into a character that is...
I wouldn't say it's a character. I
you,
think
or
it's
is
an
it
extension of me. It's a part of me that I wouldn't really show out of drag. It's just like, it makes me a bit louder.
How are we doing?
A bit more confident. A bit more gobby.
Angel's very young and fresh. She's quite determined as well. She's got her own night called Transfix, which is quite an achievement.
I've been there for 2 years now, 2 whole years this month. It really shows that they're a great bar. I'm very happy to have a new union. And I've got my own show there once a month. It highlights trans people that do drag, and I'm really proud of it.
She has a real respect for the established performers, and she wants to learn from them, and I think that she's really positive. I really like this image because she's looking at herself in a triptych mirror, so we get to see multiple images of her. And it's the one I've used for the poster for the event as well, because I liked it so much. I was really struck by what Johnny said and how the younger generation have a bit more freedom to play around with gender and to have fun with it, really. And I'm really pleased that my daughter is kind of open to having fun in that way. I've known Thomas a long time. I used to teach him in my craft club at primary school. He was quite a character then, actually. He became friends with my daughter Tallulah when he went to high school, and yeah, they do drag together, and I think it's really fun thing for them to do.
I think it makes you feel the most confident because it's like the best version of yourself and you're putting yourself out there in a different way.
It's not like 2 different worlds for me when I'm in drag, because I'm quite feminine out of drag. It just started from online. I feel like that's how most people now, just seeing drag queens. There's a big argument actually of like drag is sort of being ruined by the online world, because a lot of people are just getting it from TikTok. I think the secret to a good TikTok is a good setup, because people aren't expecting like a sort of studio setting, and I don't have that, but I try and push that as much as I can. And I think when people's just scrolling through people talking about what they have for dinner, and then they see something like that, it makes them stop.